All right, so today's one is a real live stream. We're right in the thick of it, WWDC23, and I have a very weird setup because the event has already started. I was hoping that I can broadcast on LinkedIn. I guess that will never happen. But yeah, I'm kind of like listening to the event, kind of like watching it as well. Tracking some live feeds, on Twitter. I'm not going to be posting so much around what's actually happening, right? And, what's actually being announced, because I'm hoping that you are kind of watching along. And I am going to try and keep most of the audio from the announcements rather quiet so that I don't get striked, right? But I want to chill back and really just comment on this live, and maybe you can watch this after the show and give me some of your comments as well on some of these products. So we've already seen the new MacBook Air 15-inch, and now we are seeing an M2 Ultra Mac Studio. I guess, there's a lot of silicon updates. I'm really excited to see what is going to come out of the software space. Let's see how this plays out. So now we can see the
GPU can't even process because it runs out of memory.
Mac
so that's
M2 Ultra,
our largest and most capable chip ever. With a mighty CPU and GPU combined with massive memory bandwidth in a single.
I wonder why they have disabled the chat, right? So something that I'm keen to know why they have disabled the chat there. So we've seen the MacBook Air, we've seen M2 Ultra on the Mac Studio just being announced now.
No other computer in the world.
The thing that I really want to talk about here is
Mac
what does
Studio
this
with
mean
M2 Ultra
for,
is also a whopping
professional
6 times
users,
faster than the most powerful
UX
Intel-based
designers,
iMac.
product designers, like, probably
M2
myself
Max
and
and
yourself,
M2 Ultra
right?
take Mac Studio performance to a whole
I'm
new
keen to know
level.
what you guys think about
For
some of these products that they
Mac
get
Studio
unveiled
now
today. Oh yeah, there we go. We got the Mac Studio updates. Yeah. So like I was saying, they're really pitching this to audio engineers, really high class people who have very heavy workloads, I guess YouTubers as well. And here we go, we finally have the Mac Pro with the Apple Silicon. Now this is the computer that everybody was waiting on, right? For the most demanding workflows. Let me hear what the so it's got the M2 Ultra, obviously. Let's hear what other things that it actually handles. So we've seen an upgrade of the Mac Studio and an introduction now of the Mac Pro for professionals. I guess there was an Easter egg when the conversation started, right? We kind of had someone saying that there's something special for pros in this broadcast. Okay, so they still have the Afterburner card. I guess it's like okay, it's built in. Okay, finally Mac Pro. And this has happened over like what, 2 years. I think this is really their last upgrade, right? I think the Mac Pro was the thing that really still had it was the thing that really still had that hadn't upgraded yet, right, into the Mac Silicon lineup, right? And we're finally seeing this happening, and now we're seeing it on tower and rack mount enclosures. And here we go. We've got some obviously this is the top tier machine, right? And this is really the biggest thing that we should be expecting from here. So something to be excited about there. Interested to know if some of the big product categories that we've been looking at are actually going to come through, which is an introduction of a new product category. So Mac Studio available from $2,000 currently available. You can order them today. They'll be available in the next week. So now we've got a full lineup from the Mac Mini, which is what I'm streaming on now, to the Mac Pro, and we've seen everything, the whole lineup now being on Apple Silicon. Go Apple. Now, this is not a tech channel if you are watching this, and I'm really a big fan, and these are some of the products that I use every day, and I'm super interested and keen and excited to see what comes through here. Let me see if I have anyone in the call here. I totally forgot that I had a call that was streaming. But if you want to join me there, check out the social media links in the description. You will be able to join me live currently on the call. We can, have a video chat and actually, discuss how everything is going down and how you are finding it. So okay, so now we are getting into the iOS announcements. My favorite guy, Greg. iOS 17 has been announced. I guess we're expecting this, right? We're expecting an iOS 13 to come through at some point. Okay, so let's see what they got. Updates to the phone, FaceTime, and Messages app. I guess for us designers, these are some of the really core things that we are keen on wanting to focus on. These are some of the things that we are really interested in seeing, right? So I can see that there is some latest stuff that is happening with contact photos and how they are bringing that up, and the contact names as well. Pretty cool UI that they are adding there. So some significant UI changes, and I was talking about this probably about a week or so ago on LinkedIn around not only really solving the core things around a user capturing and storing context, right? But really now we are seeing Apple enhancing that experience and really bringing more what can I say, enlightenment, right, and delight to the user experience, which is something that we don't see a lot, something that we don't see a lot of people focus on. And even Apple, most of their stuff has been basic for quite a long time, and we can see now the kind of like enhancing. And I guess that's the typical product life cycle of what we do most of the time there. But most of the time I see people just not enhancing on certain things that they already have, right? So I think this is super cool to see coming from Apple, but as usual, they are casually late to the party. But I do appreciate that they take the time to understand things and position them in a way that majority of the users can actually use it, and not just some niche users, right? Okay, so we got FaceTime voice messages now. I mean voicemail, video mail. I don't know what you call that. Okay, so now they're getting into the updates around messages. I think there are some cool UI updates in the phone app. Let's see what they have in messages. Okay, so last seen catch up stuff in messages. Super cool. Location, inline location tracking, just like live location on WhatsApp. I don't know if you use WhatsApp. Well, this is playing. Let us let's check out what's happening on the Twitter. So I think there's a lot of things that has been released, and it's super cool that some of the people are right up there, and these guys are definitely getting some stuff before we get it live on the broadcast, right? So let me sneak peek and see what some of these people are. I'm sure like people like iJustine will be let me look for MKBHD. Okay, so far there is some refreshed stuff that we're seeing there. We're seeing some new UI around the contacts. Very rich and improved experience. I think this is super cool from an experience, and a cool addition for people who would like to enhance this with with some cool backgrounds. I like the memoji examples that they have there. Let's check out some other cool posts that we can find. We can see that they've announced the 15-inch rather MacBook Air. So what's new really, I think, is the M2 chip and the size really on the okay, so it's faster. So I guess the M2 chip is an upgrade. I'm not sure what the previous version was originally. And here's another cool example around the new released image, what do you call this, color images, right? I think they're more of contact images rather than anything else. So now they're really going through some of the other things around messages. There is stickers. We've seen that you can now leave voice, what do you call it, voicemail, video mail in FaceTime, so that's super cool. So messages, FaceTime, and phone, some cool updates that are coming out of there. What would I have wished that would have been updated on the iPhone? I think some of the things that have been anticipated a lot is that we'll get a new lock screen kind of enhancement, but we haven't seen that there. I hope that we get some of that for the iPad, and we get some enhancements like we get it for the lock screen, and the contactless, etc. We usually don't get that in iPad OS, just as simple as that. Ooh, now they're announcing something really cool. They're calling this name drop, and this is like you just tap your phone, and you can exchange phones. I can see how that is really useful and how people can use that, whether you're doing it on your Apple Watch or via your phone. I think that is super cool that they're doing that. It looks like it also works with photo sharing and things like that. They're probably leveraging off some of the powerful tools that I always talk about, like AirDrop, etc, right? It's just quite simple to enhance on some of these core fundamental functionalities that they've already built, right? So yeah, let's go back to our Twitter and see if we have any other latest comments. Let me also monitor my LinkedIn, see how things are happening there. I've posted in a couple of groups, so yeah, I've got a live Google Meets that I'm actually interacting with people live with right now, and I think it'll be a good way to interact with the community as well. If you are watching this after the fact and you would like this type of setup where I have a Google Meets group that is live there, and I can actually bring you into the stream as well, and we can commentate on some of these things live. So we can see that we've got the sharing. That's super cool. Everyone is whiling out around the Mac Pro. We've been waiting on that. That really completes the lineup, right, of the M2 computers. Now everything is on Apple Silicon and no longer on Intel, right? So they've totally moved from there, which is super cool. There's some other stuff that we've seen coming, in text. So we've got search filters, we've got catch-up, we've got swipe up ready. I don't know what that means. I wasn't listening because I was talking to you guys. Maybe I'm actually messing up the announcement. And yeah, we've got audio message transcription. So yeah, let's check out what else is coming up. So I guess iOS has got quite some good things that I've kind of been expecting, and what I would like to have seen from an iOS perspective, is Apple starting to open up the ecosystem a little bit, especially when it came to text. I thought they were going to start speaking around, kind of, being able to invite more people into that environment and have, a better way for people to interact with each other. Here's another one that was quite predicted, and we quite knew that it was coming. This is an app called Journal. I don't know if it's just an app or if it's something that they are going to introduce as a service or something like that. It looks like it is an app called Journal, and this is really to okay. Let me see what this is about. Okay, so this is a cool little app, reminds you during the day, etc. And obviously, they're highlighting the fact that all of this is secure on your phone with on-device processing, with any of, the smart AI, suggestions that developers will be able to use as well. So they're positioning this as a new app to preserve, your experiences over and above just photos. Okay, so now they're introducing something called Standby. I guess it's like a desktop mode where your phone still does something when you're not using it, for your nightstand, kitchen counter, etc. And they're positioning this to be something that you can use while your phone is charging. I wonder if it will kind of turn down your refresh rate, get it somewhere to low enough that you actually don't drain out your battery. I'm guessing that they have thought about those type of things. There's a super cool way to kind of introduce a new way to use your phone, and just generally how to interact with the product, right? I think the more that you can use iPhones, the better, because these things are expensive, right? And the more you can use, the better. They say Siri's Standby works great. I'm not sure about that. Okay, so it kind of adapts to low light, etc. Okay, so we got Journal, we got Standby, we got sharing contacts, we've got some other things that have come out of iOS 13. I think I've seen that, that if you just say Siri, it responds. I thought it was an error. Let's see, Siri, no, it's not responding. But I thought maybe that was an error. Let's see when it's released. Cool, so that is what we've got from iOS 17. Obviously you will see a lot of this plastered all over the internet, right? We're kind of already starting to see them right now on Twitter. People are really fast with the screenshots, hey? But yeah, that's basically the roundup of everything that we've got from iOS 17. Now, the most exciting part that I've been waiting for, which is iPad OS, right? Because I invested quite a bit in my iPad, and yeah, I've been wanting to do a little bit more desktop-y computer type of things, and not just use it as a continuation device, when I am away from my desktop. So I want to use it more as a laptop replacement, to be honest, right? Okay, so I think we have seen Logic Pro and Final Cut Pro already, have been released for iPad OS 17. I mean, for the current iPad OS. So yeah, I'm super interested to see what are some of the things. Okay, so widgets and lock screen, we're already starting to see updates there. And here's the man doing, crazy things with the iPad. Okay, so I didn't know this, but it looks like they have interactive widgets now. I thought this was something that, already existed, that you can actually, interact with the widget without it opening the app, right? For things like reminders and things like that. So this is something that we have seen being predicted, kind of like leaked as well. The upgrades to the lock screen. This is something that my daughter was asking me why it's not there on the iPad, because there's always this, conversation around getting a mobile phone. So yeah, super excited to see this, and this is the trend that we have seen, right, on most of this. Things is that we'll kind of like see most of the things introduced on the mobile phone first. So that's why I want to see if we'll actually get the contact UI updates that we've seen, right? These ones here, right? I'm keen to see if we'll get some of those, in iPad. But yeah, we're basically seeing all the things that we've seen on the iPhone just basically being mirrored onto the iPad here. You can add the widgets to the side instead on, under the timer. That's pretty cool. Okay, so there's something that they're calling live activities now. Oh, okay. So we've seen this already on iOS as well. Live activities, kind of see live widgets. It's been pretty cool. Uber is quite utilized it really nice. But yeah, super cool to see, them actually doing something with the lock screen of the iPad. Very cool, much appreciated tweaks, but we want to see more things happening. Okay, health is coming to iPad. Guess it's kind of cool. You have a much better dashboard to see your health. Let me see how it actually looks currently on the iOS. Okay, so you can see on the health app that they're kind of bringing in a nice header there. So let's see if the updates will also come to the contacts app. Okay, Apple has created a whole PDF thing. Okay, so iPad has went all in with the PDF now, kind of really allowing you to edit this. I guess you could edit documents where you could do things like sign, etc., right? But I guess they're adding a dedicated app to deal with PDFs. Of course, super welcome. All the tweaks and improvements to quality of life on the iOS ecosystem are welcome. Okay. It's cool that you can use the pencil and you can kind of like compose the PDF and annotate on it, etc., right? So I think it's cool that you can actually work in it and not just preview it, right? Okay, not okay, improvements to Stage Manager. Okay, so now you can use the external camera on your so I've got some Stage Manager stuff. You can now use an external camera on the iPad. I wonder if that means that I can now stream with my iPad, right, and just use my camera as a USB camera and the audio interface as well. That will be a huge thing for streamers and broadcasters that use the iPad as their main computer. If we can add an external microphone and camera on the iPad, that means I can go around with my 4K camera and actually do this live stream on the iPad. Now OBS, guys, this is something for a heads up. I think we've got Streamlabs OBS already on the iPad, and they'll probably be taking advantage on adding you selecting the camera that you want to use and using this external camera option. But it'll be great if we can actually get OBS, the open software version, right into the iPad. So now we're getting the main announcement. I'm guessing this is the new Mac OS Sonoma. Okay, interesting name. I wonder what Sonoma means. Mac OS Sonoma. Sonoma country. Okay, so they're keeping on the trend of the operating systems being based on locations in California. So Sonoma is basically a city in California, yeah, I guess you can kind of like see they've added some of the landscapes into the wallpapers. And we're starting off with widgets again. I guess they are doing great stuff around the widgets, and they're trying to introduce a better widget experience across the devices. Let's see how that works. I wonder when all these updates will be available. Did they mention that? When are we gonna get the updates? I don't see an update on their little display image here. Okay, cool. So it looks like you can share widgets. You can now kind of like have interactive widgets on the Mac that, when your phone is close by, you kind of see these things pop up around your computer. I think it's super useful because I have a lot of experiences where I like, just having the phone close to me and take my phone calls and all of those things without having to actually interact with the phone, maybe because it's charging and I'm just trying to keep it, away so that I don't get distracted in the work that I'm doing. So, yeah, it's super interesting to see that they've started with widgets. Now we're getting into gaming, Apple gaming. Yeah. Let's hear how this goes. Yeah, with the gaming thing with Mac OS and what I've seen, with them doing with Fortnite and excluding other games from platforms like Microsoft, right? I don't know if kind of like platform locked gaming experiences are the thing of the future, right? It just needs to be much more open, right? And with them having to build everything on Metal 3, yeah, I don't know if it's just the future of gaming on Mac, right? Just based on that, I was having a conversation earlier on this morning around just how Apple locks everyone in the ecosystem, and this blocks better experiences that people could be having out there. And it will be interesting to see how Apple will live in a world where they can live in an open ecosystem where other things you can opt in, right? Optionally opt in and kind of bring the the interactivity that you really need across everything that is happening. Gaming on Mac is, yeah. Are they doing this? Let's see what are some of the updates that have been posted on Twitter. Now already, you know, the memes are coming in. You know, my grandma just got a smartphone for the first time. Let's see how many times I can recall her before she catches me. I don't know what that is. Okay, so a lot of gaming stuff that's happening now. Not that it's not super exciting. I think, you know, we will see a lot of pop up of improvement and excitement there. But I think some of the biggest things that have come up so far is really, you know, the bringing of the Mac Pro, right? It's got a 10 gigabit dual Ethernet port. I can see how this is a beast, right? I wonder what the pricing is on this thing. I didn't catch what the pricing is. So that was did they put the price here? Okay, they don't put the pricing here. I wonder. Oh, cool. They're doing like a cool presenter overlay that you could just, you know. Whoa, that's really cool. That's really cool. This is a big game changer for people who create content and do presentations like me, right? Super interested to see how it will, you know, clean out the background, especially with my basic background like this one, right? Whoa, that's really cool. That's really cool. So what is this in? Is this just the camera? Okay, so these are video effects that you can do in Teams. It's a good thing that you can use them across platforms. And now we're talking Safari. Let's see how Safari is going to the next level. Safari's next level is an interesting thing. What browser do you use? There has been a lot of talk around the Arc browser. I downloaded it. Didn't really enjoy using it, to be honest. I think the experience is a little bit... There's so much of the UI that takes up space for the content. I do enjoy using Safari, obviously, because I've logged in things like the password and the authentication and things like that in it, right? But yeah, I'm super interested to know what browser you guys are using. So I got banned once around sharing this content, and I'm trying to be conscious, still be able to talk through the broadcast, be able to kind of like share the highlights with you guys, but yeah, I'm trying to not get banned. That's why I have not been adding most of the actual content audio, right, that's coming from the content from Apple. Again, trying to respect their content. If they would open this for us, we'll be able to share this across the world without them banning us on this, right? So yeah. Okay, I didn't know that we didn't have web apps on Safari. It looks like they have added some web apps. So yeah, I didn't know that you couldn't render web apps on Safari or on Map. They've introduced profiles and I guess some great ways, some great privacy things, they say, right? But I don't really know what that means or what that is. So yeah, it will be interesting to know how it works. And there is the rock star himself. Okay, audio and home. I doubt that we are gonna have a VR experience. What you call it? A VR experience new headset category announced today. I think so far they would have been, super excited about. Guessing we are gonna see a HomePod or AirPods. Here we go. I wonder if there is just some new software updates around AirPods, or if it's just a new product that they are looking to announce today. Let's see. Okay, so there is now adaptive audio. Okay, so I guess adaptive audio, they're saying that it makes it easier to move through environments, right? And I guess what that means is that it will kind of go into noise filtering and amplify the noises that that you kind of really want to hear, right? So I wonder if I can actually show this. Or at least let you hear it. So
incredible new way to engage with others around you while wearing AirPods Pro. Just start speaking, and conversation awareness will automatically lower your music, focus on the voices in front of you, and reduce background noise.
Hey, Corey. Hey, how you doing? Good. Are you going to be at the C141278 meeting later?
Definitely, I'll be there.
Awesome. I've got something I'd love to run by you.
Okay, so
look
now
forward to it.
I what's happening with the audio. I'm just gonna cut it and leave it without trying to actually give you the thing. But I think there's a super cool thing that they're introducing here with adaptive audio is that you can, because I think out of a lot of the experiences that we've seen, I say that you kind of like noise cancelling, and then you can't hear things that are close to you, like bells and the cars, and then you get bumped knocked over by a car, whatever it is. So it's super cool to see a mode of headphones that kind of like adapts according to the sound in the environment that you are in. And we got some HomePod updates. Well, AirPlay at least. So the gripe that I have with Apple, kind of broadcasts with Apple Audio and the whole Apple Music app, is that the experience is really terrible, right? And they really lock you into that Apple app, right? I hope that you can use third-party apps. I think Spotify is the best music app, hands down. Spotify is the best music app, hands down, right? Changed my mind. From filtering to the experience of you just being able to play around with it. I'm super interested to see those type of things coming into the ecosystem of Apple, and again opening up into the ecosystem for other players to be able to get into it as well. This is definitely going to be a big meme. Okay, so we got AirPlay. Worried about browsing on Twitter like this, because yeah. Okay, so tvOS is also getting some updates. Let's wait to see how those look like. To be honest, I am quite excited about the video conferencing abilities of Mac OS Sonoma. I think it is going to make life easier for content creators. It is going to, if you can record this, if this is something that you could use in an OBS or something like that, that'll be super cool, right? Because we'll see a different way of easily introducing some character to you doing stuff. FaceTime is coming to Apple TV. What? Okay, so FaceTime on Apple TV is a big one. I want to see how they are going to do this. Okay, so this is super cool. So I guess with continuity camera, like we've seen, right, they are extending that to Apple TV. Cool. I think this is a really big thing for not only families and things like that, but also for conferencing calls as well, right? If I can just use FaceTime on my TV or other conferencing tools as well, using the continuity camera on my phone, or if I can actually plug in a keyboard, an audio device, and a camera, that'll be super cool, right? To be able to do that. There we go. Zoom and WebEx coming to Zoom to tvOS. This is cool stuff. This is really cool stuff. This is some really cool and much appreciated updates, right, that we are seeing coming out here, right? I think it's super cool that we're actually seeing conferencing come into the TV. Now we're heading over to WatchOS. Let's see what comes out of WatchOS. Okay, here comes Apple iOS. What do they call it? Apple OS what? What Apple OS is this? Oh, Linus, come on, we're watching the Apple event. We don't really. Can we get on, right? Okay, I don't know what watch Apple OS this is. Still, they have the whole lights and glamour and all of this stuff. Okay, so they've went crazy on this widget stuff. We're even getting widgets on the Apple Watch when you turn the crown up, despite what watch face you are on. I think that's cool. But yeah, they definitely, there is somebody who has went all in the widget department to get this sorted out. Like, yeah, let's go ahead with widgets, guys. It's kind of cool to see them being applied across the board, right? And seeing this, but again, we can already start seeing some of the things that have not been brought up, that have just been introduced, right? Like the contacts, etc. So yeah, I want to see that type of stuff coming in to iPad OS, Watch OS, as as early as we have it, and not like 2 years down the line, right? Literally, that's the level of delay that we have been seeing when it comes to people, when it comes to Apple launching these products and rolling them out. So obviously some new UI updates, some new ways to interact with your watch. Again, slow and sturdy progress, right? Not necessarily, so they're introducing a whole new design language now. I think this is something interesting for people who are in the design world. If you wanna know how to design for Apple Watch, I think it is still quite a very close niche, to be honest. I haven't seen a lot of designers who do prototyping and who focus on watch app design. So yeah, I'm super interested to see how developers and designers will kind of like take on this new design system and be able to kind of build new great experiences in the apps that we're building in an everyday basis. WatchOS 10, that's what it is. I didn't catch that initially. Okay, so now they're getting into some of the features that they've added around cycling. Guess is the first thing that they're looking into. I guess they're gonna get into the whole fitness plus space. I guess some of the rumors that were coming around in the Apple Watch space, we knew that we were gonna get, some redesigned, ways of interacting with it. But I guess it's just the widgets so far. We know that, there's a lot of health-focused things that would have come up. I was really expecting to see more things within the sleep category and other things with, probably more in the health app, as well as I, saw them getting into the health category early on, on the iPad. So I thought, that would be going deep into it. I guess, fitness, cycling is something that a lot of people do, and it kind of makes sense for them to get into it, to focus on it, right? The memes are coming already. There we go. I'm actually using this right here wallpaper on my iPad right now. This Windows blue sky one. I think mine looks slightly different. Nope, it looks the same. It's just a little bit dim because I have that feature activated. So now kind of starting to see waypoints, better navigation. I think this is a big thing that people need, especially from an Apple Watch. I hope this is not just coming to the Ultra. Okay, so Maps always starts in the US and never gets rolled out anywhere else. We've seen updates in the Maps UI, very cool building signs, etc., etc. I mean, like 3D renders within America, in the USA, but we haven't seen it anywhere else in the world, right? So yeah. guess we are getting into more of the health stuff now, as I had kind of like predicted and started talking about, right? Let's see what comes. I think there's probably a lot of sleep things that we're gonna get at. That's what I'm very interested in, at least the most about. So yeah, let's see what it talks about today. Okay, mental health. Okay. I don't know how I feel about my watch knowing, kind of like my daily habits, sleep routines, emotions, right? I think the health app is a super powerful app. Is it really secure? Is everything being processed on device? Yes, kind of no. You can share it with your phone, etc., etc. Is it secure? Yeah, to some extent, right? I think every company has got its vulnerable points, and with Apple's track record, it is really good. But is it gonna be good forever? I don't know. How much data should we be giving to these companies? How much things do we want them to be able to empower in our journeys, right? But also within giving them those things to help them navigate and use this data. This is the thing, right? Like I think Apple just is super locked in, and everything is within their ecosystem, right? Which is something that we should think about in the long run on what is it that they can do if we really just stuck into using their ecosystem, right? But again, this is only speaking in probably big fans like me, people who are living in Africa, but most of the world is really using Android, and this is super the things that I'm bringing up here is probably based on people who are living in the US the most, who get the most updated, the most innovative features that come out of the devices that come out of the Apple world. Okay, Screen Distance is a cool app. Tells people that your device is too close to your face. I hope that they can add that to the Apple TV. And yeah, that is a wrap up of watchOS. Again, super tight on security, etc., etc. Time deadline. I'm keen to see that they are continuing with their streak around creating children-focused features on the Apple Watch. In that case, you don't necessarily need to give your child an iPhone. They're gonna have a tablet and a watch, whether it's the 3G version or the non 3G version. We want to see more stuff happening in there. As a parent, I think, you know, it's super useful. Things like, you know, screen distance, because, you know, that's the world that we're living in. I'm guessing that's it. No VR, ladies and gentlemen. And I know some people who said on Twitter that if there is no VR this year, they will delete their YouTube channels. Where is that? Where is that email? I mean, where is that post? That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Is it not? Are we getting into another category? What's happening here? We've got something new, something more, one more thing. Mr. Tim Cook. Yes, that one more thing. Yeah. Okay. And it's being announced. There we go. The unveiling of the VR headsets. They are here. Here is the one more thing. A whole new category for Apple. They do look like the headsets. The aviation type of thing with the crown. They really kept their Apple design-esque language here. Oh boy, it's happening. Now this is what everybody is anticipated on, so maybe no channels are getting deleted. I see how they've done, you know, they call it the Vision Pro. Ooh. Okay, it's got the tether like, you know, expected. All the leaks headed right. They've got transparent, maybe. Okay. I guess this is the biggest thing that everybody was waiting on. Where is the... Let's post this. I wonder. I thought they were really going to position this product to they were going to position this to, you know, very special categories, right? And I really thought that, you know, the UI and how they've designed the thing would look different and not flat like that, right? And let's see how close the pricing is. So they're calling this special computing. Let's see how it looks like. Wanna see more, give us more. Okay, I need to charge my iPad quickly. All right, so looks like you can do so much stuff with the Vision Pro, right? And again, it's still being targeted and, you know, kind of like, you know, positioned really as an augmented reality device so far. Let's see if it has VR capabilities, virtual reality capabilities. It looks like it does, because we can see that it kind of like closes and seals your eyes. So there should be some way that you know, you should be able to interact with it. Okay, so you can basically get into the VR world and expand, you know, the field of view. Okay, so intuitive way to control this without controllers. Hands, eyes, and voice. I wonder how that is gonna work. There's a huge learning curve around that. Without the haptic feedback of, you know, conventional controllers, I wonder how it will feel, you know, when you are interacting with these things. And, you know, as you can see in here, they are keeping, you know, kind of like the background kind of, you know, just set there, and, you know, the person is not moving so much for them to get motion sickness, right? But, you know, I think this is something that we can kind of like expect, right? So yeah,